Nick from Nick's Handmade Crochet back at Scott's Head today, and I thought the wind was bad last week, but it's just ramping up today. Things are blowing, markets are just starting now, so fingers crossed, let's just wait and see. Damn weather. What can you do? Happy crocheting, I'll see you soon. Good morning, it's Nick from Nick's Handmade Crochet, and it's the day after the market stall at Scott's Head. It was a second market stall and the wind was just blowing a gale. You can see behind me the ocean is just really choppy today. So I just have to try and enjoy the sunshine and the weather. The wind's still a bit blowy, just a little shaded space down here at Wacky Beach, but there's no sand. It all got taken out about a year ago. So just here with the puppy, just from morning walk. Where is she? There she is. Yeah, so see how I go at another stall. I really don't know how full-time market stall holders make an income. It's really hard, especially when you're so dependent on the weather. Anyway, I'd be happy for any ideas how you can market your stuff online, because when you only just make your small margin on your stall fee and then have to deal with weather, it's not fun, but nonetheless I'll just keep trying. And anyway, I get to enjoy this beautiful part of New South Wales at the moment. Anyway, I'll see you next time. I'm heading down to Coaldale at the end of the month, so fingers crossed, let's see how I go then. Bye for now and happy crocheting. Good morning, it's Nick from Nick's Handmade Crochet, and I've been a bit quiet lately in terms of doing any sort of videoing. I did make some little shorts while I was away, and then I didn't upload them. It was really about the second market at Scott's Head I did, which was really windy, which is worse than the first one that I posted about. So it was a bit of a disaster in terms of the weather, and of course, you know, people just didn't come down to the park because it was so windy, and you're not really going to sit in the wind, try and eat your dinner and listen to the music. So I think that was a bit deflating in terms of, you know, the weather affecting a market stall. And I've just done Coaldale again this weekend, and the weather was a bit windy in the morning when we were setting up, and it settled. Then it was overcast and it did start to rain, so you know, we sort of packed up a little bit early. So again, you know, the weather just really affects the foot traffic, you know, for people coming for a day out. But you know, in saying that, there were people that stopped by my stall and had a bit of a chat and admired some of my work, and I did make a few sales. So that's always a bonus because it helps me buy yarn to make more products. Now, in terms of more yarn, I have just received my package from Saucer Fibre, the little store in Victoria, and from Katie, who owns and runs this shop, online store. Now, I had bought her Unreal Chenille some time ago, and I think she did do an update of that, but I didn't rebuy it because I wasn't really a fan of the original Unreal Chenille. I don't think it was soft enough for my liking. So it's always a personal thing with yarn. You know, everyone has their personal favourites. But I did want to try from her again, because other yarn that I've used for plushies is American brand, and I really want to support an Australian business, even if it's not produced, you know, made here, putting the money back into Australian businesses. So the Unreal Chenille I hadn't bought again. I have bought some cottons from her, which I've liked. And I've bought the corduroy, which she brought out, which is really, really soft and silky. Really nice to work with. You can start with a magic circle. But for a plushie, depending on what you're making, it doesn't hold its shape if you're not stuffing part of the plushie. I mean, I will continue to use, I've still got some, so I'm going to use it up. But I was really interested in trying her new product, which is called Cornille, which, ta-da, here it is. I'm sorry, it's a bit shiny and probably back to front. So it feels really lovely, and it is feeling very, very similar to other plush yarns, the polyester yarns that I've used before. So the American yarn, Parfait, the Parfait brand, it's not the brand, that's just the name of the yarn, Parfait, which I find really difficult to do the magic circle to start for a plushie, and I have liked it and used it before, but if this yarn works out just as well, I'll stick with this. As I said, I like to buy things from small Australian businesses, just to, you know, to keep the money partly in the country, I guess, and not supporting the brands that are made in America. I mean, obviously there's fantastic yarns from New Zealand, Italy, you know, the Netherlands, the UK, everywhere. But if I can support businesses in Australia, like Bendigo Woolen Mills, and some of the other yarn stores that I buy my yarn from, then that's what my preference is. Same when I'm trying to look at patterns, I like to support Australian designers where I can, and hopefully, you know, maybe I might end up being a designer. I'm fumbling my way through trying to make things and jumpers and, you know, bolero tops and things. So if they ever get to a point where I feel comfortable in writing a pattern, I might just do that. But in the meantime, I'm just, you know, doing my little research and development with everything. Just feeling this Cornille yarn, it feels great. The weight of it is feels slightly thinner than what I'd expect from a bulky. So I will probably be using a 5mm hook. It suggests a 6mm, but yeah, 5, maybe even a 4.5mm. So I will make up a little plushie. I like to make little turtles. They seem to, you know, sell okay. So, I've picked 2, 3, 4, 6 out of, I think that she has about 10 different colours, but I just pick some that I know that you know, the colours that I make my turtles from. So I will give that a go, and at some point take a photo and post that as well. That's it for me at the moment. I'm just, really having a lazy day, just recovering from life and, my mood, which sometimes brings me down, but hey, I've just got new yarn, so that is always going to make me feel a little bit better. So anyway, bye for now, and happy crocheting, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye. The other thing I hadn't mentioned, which is probably of no consequence to anyone except for me, is that I have been videoing on my iPhone which, can you believe, is an iPhone 8. So I'm really behind the times in upgrading technology. And I don't think that's going to make me any better of a videographer. Taking photos, you know, it'll just be me with an upgraded phone, which hopefully I will get in the next couple of weeks, which I'll also get a new little microphone, a selfie stick, which I've never owned. So yeah, look, I'm showing my age because I just don't update those sorts of things or buy new things like that. Plus, I guess I prioritise my money buying yarn. So anyway, watch this space. Maybe there will be some better clarity in the future, but who knows. Anyway, that's just a little snippet for today. See you later. bye.